Good morning, Pioneers. My name is Connor Morrison.
And my name is Will Martin. Welcome to The Grit.
Yesterday, girls wrestling dominated against Marysville, winning 52-28. Freshman Kenzie Carter and senior Cassidy Guerin both won matches with first period pins. Congrats on a successful dual meet, girls. Tonight, the swim team is having their senior meet at MC Fitness.
Girls and boys basketball will play Upper Arlington this evening. The girls currently have a 4-7 record, while the boys are off to a great start to the season with a current record of 8-0. Make sure to show up and be loud tonight.
Tomorrow, the boys wrestling team will host the Pioneer Classic here at Olentangy High School. The meet will start at 12 p.m.
Over break, Ohio State football lost their bowl game against Missouri with a final score of 14-3. This was the first time that the Buckeyes failed to score a touchdown in a game since 2016, when the team lost 31-0 against Clemson in the college football playoff.
The outcome of this game may have been different if certain key players like Heisman finalist Marvin Harrison Jr. or defensive star Tommy Eichenberg were in the starting lineup. OSU also didn't have their previously starting QB, Kyle McCord, as he transferred to Syracuse before the Cotton Bowl. On Wednesday, the Ohio State basketball team won against the Rutgers 76-72. Zed Key scored 22 points, and OSU was up 11 points with 4 minutes left in the first half, but let the Rutgers go on a 9-point run to end the half with a score of 31-29. Now let's throw it over to Hallie for an interview with boys varsity basketball coach, Coach Kalo.
Thanks, Connor. So, Coach Kalo, what has been your key to success for this season?
A lot of things. There's, I think we have a very committed team, a very connected team. We got a combination of talent and hard work and team chemistry. That's just offensively and defensively a lot of things to talk about, but without getting into the weeds, I think it's a combination of talent and hard work and preparation, and just the kids are really bought into each other.
Awesome. How have your past experience, has the team's mentality changed as a result of going undefeated so far, and how so?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily because we're undefeated that our mentality has changed. I think our mentality has shifted going all the way back to the beginning of last year. And it's kind of been building over time. Like, the program has had like 7 or 8 winning seasons in a row. We're kind of taking steps in the right direction for a long time now. So kind of a collective belief as a program that we can do it. But then last year was a major, I would say the mindset shift happened more last year. Going 24-4 with an excellent group of seniors, 7 seniors, 3 scholarship players that were very talented but extremely committed to the group. And those guys on varsity last year, Dylan Joy, Devin Brown, Levi Davis, were able to see like doing things the right way, and you can be really talented and also treat people really well and be selfless and committed to the team first. So those guys last year did us a huge favor, just modeling it in the right way, that we can be successful and have fun. And now, the JV team was undefeated, and everyone kind of has the formula, and they know how to play team basketball, and it's been fun.
Awesome. Do you feel like there are still flaws within the team despite your successful season so far?
Oh yeah, it'd be silly to say like we're a perfect team and we have no flaws. There's certainly areas that we can clean up. No team is perfect, but I think we have a very well-rounded team. I think we're good in a lot of areas. Kind of the cool thing is like we've been playing really well, obviously undefeated, but like even in big wins, there are things where we have a big win and we are pretty confident that we can clean things up even in big wins. So like we're playing well, but we know there's room for improvement.
Thank you so much for being here, Coach, and good luck with the rest of your season. Now let's head over back to the desk to start with our Pioneer Pick'ems.
Thanks, Hallie. We got the last week of the NFL coming up. There's some pretty important games for playoff implications. So let's just jump right in. The first game we've got is the Bucks versus the Panthers. And obviously this should be a pretty easy one to pick because the Panthers only have 2 wins on the season. They're by far the worst team in the NFL. But if the Bucks can somehow manage to lose this game, there's a chance that they could not win their division and miss the playoffs. So
yeah, exactly.
Throw this one in here.
Exactly. It should be an easy win, as you said, but if the Bucks lose, it gives a chance for the Saints to jump up and win the division. So we'll see about that. It should be an easy game though and fun. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And the next game, the Falcons-Saints, goes right in hand with Bucks and Panthers that we just talked about, because let's say that Bucks lose this game against the Panthers, whoever wins this game, Falcons or Saints, could end up winning the division, depending on circumstances. So I think in this game, though, I like the Saints more. I think their defense has just been really good this year, and I think that the Falcons' offense has not been very good. Those kind of go hand in hand. I'm going to take the Saints.
Yeah, I definitely think Falcons' offense has been struggling recently, so I'm going to take Saints as well.
And now one of our big games, the Texans versus the Colts, led by C.J. Stroud, who is making a huge case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's been injured the past 2 games, so he hasn't played his best football. I think that he's ready, in this last week to hopefully take the Texans to the playoffs and play some of his best football. And I just like the Texans team a lot more, even with injuries, over the Colts. I think the Colts have been a really good team, and they've shown success when a lot of people thought they wouldn't be very good this year. But I'm still going to take the Texans.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would have to go to Texans. I just think with the Colts offense kind of struggling as well, they just haven't provided for their team. So hopefully C.J. Stroud, former Ohio State Buckeye, will be able to get the win. So.
And then finally, I think the game that most of NFL fans are going to be watching this season, the Dolphins versus the Bills, held in Miami. I think that location really mattered for this game, because let's say that the Bills have a home game. It's really hard to go into the Bills' home arena and beat them just because of maybe weather. Bills Mafia is one of the loudest, most energetic fan bases. But knowing that this game is in Miami, I think that changes my opinion a little bit on how it will play it out. The Bills really struggled at the beginning of the season. They were 5-5 at one point, just barely at a winning record, and then they've really turned it around in the last couple of weeks of the NFL season. So I think that I would probably going to take the Bills just because they've been rolling. They absolutely killed the Cowboys just a couple weeks ago when it was said that the Cowboys were probably the best team in the NFL. I think that Miami's got a really high-powered offense with Tyreek Hill and all their stars, but I just don't think that it's enough to outscore the Bills, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially with the chemistry of Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. I don't think they're going to be able to beat them, so I'm going to have to go with the Bills as well.
Should be an interesting weekend for NFL. It'll be really exciting to see how some of these games shake out. With all that being said, that's going to wrap up our show for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm Connor Morrison.
And I'm Will Martin. Make sure to support your Nears in action this week, and we'll see you next week in Roll Nears.